I've been coming to Wellspring for about a year. I think my sister got me to come in and check out a few services in the very beginning. And it was when I started to see all the volunteer opportunities and especially the kids' room where I was like, okay, I think not only am I going to be coming here consistently, but there's some other opportunities here for me. I am in the 1 and 2-year-old room right now. It's probably one of my favorite rooms. The kids are really coming into their personalities. They're kind of figuring out boundaries. They're testing them, but they're also really starting to face, some things like separation. And, that ultimately can lead to a little bit of fear and a little bit of anxiety and whatnot. And just kind of being that sounding board and being that, that arm to lean on and hopefully a comfort to them is what really drew me in and what really wanted me to be part of that age group, the younger age group. The most consistent, impactful moments during service for me, they're usually the same type of moments. It's with the age group that I'm serving in and the babies kind of having that fear and that anxiety when mom and dad sometimes have to go and they don't understand and they think they're getting, for lack of a better term, maybe abandoned or they're frightened, kind of seeing the entire process of going through that emotional difficulty, kind of opening their blinders a little bit and kind of getting, situated with other kids, opening up, getting more comfortable. And then all of a sudden, halfway through the day, you see them kind of relax a little bit and they give you a smile. Those are the things where you start to consistently see like the fear kind of go to the wayside because they're having this comfortability incorporating with what the program is doing for them. And quite frankly, that is such a huge lesson for me. Faith over fear, faith through fear. One of my favorite quotes, and I really don't even know if it's a direct quote, but I saw it like on a wall somewhere 20 years ago. It's, faith is not knowing that everything's going to be all right. It's knowing that you're going to be all right no matter what happens. And I think that that's really, really true. And I think kids are an incredible way of displaying that without even realizing that they're doing that, because it's just a natural, pure, innocent, approach to understanding faith and fear. Anytime I was reaching for something to be a little bit more fulfilling, whether it was a hobby or whatnot, I started to find that those were very temporary fulfillments. And it really wasn't until I got into service, because at least in my experience, I have heard throughout my life that getting out of yourself is one of the best ways. Going into service is the best way to get out of yourself and get out of your headspace, which is good for anybody. Growing in a service program, it really allows you to kind of test your own strengths and weaknesses, and the kids are the best way to kind of be a buffer to that and kind of showing you they're a mirror ball of sorts. I think, again, kind of going back to their natural approach of fielding fear and not even realizing how they're doing it by just putting their utmost faith in the adults that are in the room. It really, I have moments too where I'm like, I'm having a moment, I'm in my head, I'm doing all these things, and all of a sudden it's like, have you talked to Jesus yet? You're not in charge here, Jesus, take the wheel kind of thing. So their resilience, their ability to kind of go through it has been a huge lesson for me, and it continues to be, because they do this all the time. My suggestion, if anybody is ever considering service, is one, do something that speaks to you on just like a joyful level. At least for me, it wasn't necessarily a skills thing. It's more, where do I think that I would have the best impact and what would be best for me? And again, kids have been part of my service efforts over the last decade, and so that was an easy thing. However, if you're not really sure, one, I'm a big believer in just taking chances. I'm a big believer in throwing myself into zones that are not comfortable and taking the chance, because I'm also a big believer in the phrase, what's the worst that could happen? Either somebody says no or it just doesn't work out, and then you move on to the next thing. I think the purpose of our life, all here, this journey on earth, is to constantly grow, and we can't do that unless we're putting ourselves out there.